signature lighting. Ta-da! Okay, so I have to be strategic about filming this because CapCut is very difficult to work with when the video is like about longer than 5 minutes. It takes so long to import. Like last night I had a 28-minute video and it took me about, I don't know, 12 hours. So I wasn't able to edit yesterday's video until this morning, which I will upload tonight along with this one. Yes, I haven't also been able to follow my workflow because I have been busy resting, and I can say that I have so much energy lately. The one thing you need to know about me is that when I keep doing things every day, generally that makes you better at something, right? But with me, I start to suck when I'm consistent at something. But when I take a break from it and when I come back, I'm so much better. Just look, right now, my brain is working a lot faster. I can speak without so much fillers. I'm gonna give you an example, just like boxing. Many years ago, I started boxing and I started doing it every day. But then I noticed that my punches were getting shorter and they lacked the strength. So I took a break for like 3 to 5 days. When I came back, I was faster. My punches were stronger. So I notice this in everything that I do. So I'm not just saying this and I'm not just fulfilling a prophecy in my head, but this is just based on observation. When I look back at things and I observe that, oh, it seems like every time I take a break, I'm just a lot better than doing it every day. But there's a danger because I can't take a break for too long and then I fall off and then, you know, next thing you know, I'm not doing it anymore. So, okay, it's been 3 minutes. So yesterday, I shared that I broke my streak because I decided to stay present for my 10th year anniversary of migrating to the United States. And now, let's move on to just regular observations of every day. Here's what I've just been noticing. Like when I scroll around everywhere, it feels like the most common problem of today isn't just friendships, betrayals and stuff. It's the fact that monetizing has completely changed the way human beings relate to each other and conduct themselves online. Like, social media was fun before when it was all about connecting, catching up. But since allowing people to monetize, especially if they have a high follower count, it's completely changed everybody. Like, everyone's become so transactional. They struggle to have capacity for people who won't give them the next stepping stone for clout chasing. You know what? When the day came that people started making money from content, I was so happy for everyone, especially myself, because like, oh my god, I can make money from home. And that's always been the one thing I dream about, to be able to work at home so that I can always stay with family. You know, I can have time for them. So I thought it's the best thing that's ever happened to everybody. I was so happy that now everything, the playing field has been leveled with everyone having the chance to grow their following, having a platform, regular people being able to stand as a spokesperson for certain groups that are overlooked. But at the same time, now I'm thinking that allowing us to monetize from our content is also one of the worst things to happen. Because if you think about it now, people are so hyper fixated on how things look online, how they will be perceived by other people. It's like you don't ever get to know the person, who they really are, because when they go out there, they have to put on this costume of a personality in order to be liked and in order to be known a certain way, but they're not even being their real selves anymore, even in private. And when the camera is off, all they ever think about is like, oh my god, this moment would have been so much better if I had my camera on. Or it's just like their brains are always churning ideas on what to make as content next. So at what point do you ever stop and think, oh, the lines between my real life and my digital life are blurring and they're merging, and I don't know which one is real or not, because it seems like everything is a performance now, and it all hinges upon the fact that they need to behave a certain way in order to make money. And then if you call them out for wrong behavior, the first thing that they think about, you're just jealous because they pay me for this. Or if they misbehave, or if they offend the person for making fun, or being condescending or looking down on them, all they think about is like, you're just jealous, but doesn't matter to me, you're a hater. Every click, every comment that you leave, every hate reactions that you put on my videos or on my content, I'm making money from it. It's just like everything, it's just like the argument ends at, I'm making money from this. Their humanity has been set aside. And then as a person who notices that you're torn between speaking up to help them, and then before they go into the deep end, and at the same time you can't really speak about it because they will just think that you're being a hater. And even if you do manage to prove that you're not being a hater and you're just concerned, they're just not, it's never gonna matter because they've already decided what their priority is. Now, like, it's not, no wonder a lot of people are also so, no wonder a lot of people are having a hard time making friends, because the people in like, it's like in every friend group, there's always that one famous content creator, and people are having a hard time relating to them. But at the same time, I can also understand the perspective of the content creator, because to them, they're just doing the best that they can so that they can secure the bag. And it just seems like the people that they are connected to are just being unsupportive. And I can see how it can look like envy and jealousy from that perspective. But I can also understand the perspective of people who are not in that world. Yes, it can be fueled by envy, but at the same time, let's be realistic. Sometimes, like, if nobody's gonna check you, you're so high on that content creator life, you're bound to lose a lot of people, not just because they're not part of your next chapter, but because you also have neglected them in some way, and you're just not ready for that conversation. Speaking of performance, let me turn the wheel back to myself. Yes, we're talking about me. Of course, who else are we going to talk about? In my video, day 41, day 42 video yesterday, I spoke about my 10-year anniversary since migrating, and I spoke about how my 10-year journey since migrating may not have been about fulfilling my dreams, but it kind of fulfilled a different dream, wherein I was able to shed and was stripped of behaviors, ways of thinking, living, being, insecurities, limiting beliefs, cultural programming, social conditioning, social and environmental conditioning. I was stripped of all that in order for me to be reborn as a person who can sustain and carry out a bigger destiny and a bigger dream that has always been planted within me, in my heart, mind, and my soul. I've always felt this since I was young, and I'm so grateful for that, because another thing that I was stripped of was the need to perform. Because we were just talking about performance. So the need to perform, because right before I completely surrendered to my healing journey back in 2020. I was also putting up a show, not just to be liked, but to be perceived a certain way, because I was part of a community where they said that optics are everything. So you have to say these things, you have to be this way, you have to make people believe that you have this and that so that they want to work with you. And I subscribed to that ideology back then. And I kept showing up, performing, being flashy. And I always justified it. It's like, I'm just doing this so that I could help a lot of people. I'm just doing this to inspire people. But deep within me, I was just feeling like I'm acting out a certain type of personality or facade that required so much energy from me that it was not sustainable. So when I was doing all that, I was worried that I was always justifying it, arguing with myself that I need to do this, because how are people gonna buy my books if I'm not able to prove that I'm the person for this and that? I'm the go-to person for this problem. I'm the go-to person for the underdogs. Da 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 da. I just had this savior complex with the mix of main character energy, like, but in a bad way. It was really bad now that I think about it. At that time, I was just thinking, this is necessary for me to do. Because if I want to make it, I need to have an audience. Because this is the future. Okay, content creation is the future of business. I was showing up even when I felt depleted. I felt like, no, I have to keep this going. I have to keep up this facade. And then up until one day, I was just like thinking, up until one day, I just started to think, you know what, I don't want to be one of those people who have such a nice digital life, but the foundations of their real life is actually a mess. I don't want to be pretentious. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I need to fix my personal life first. I need to put all my energy into my personal life, be present in my relationships, be present with the people around me, instead of showing up for people to entertain them, to make them laugh, to make them believe that I'm smart, or to convince them that they need to work with me, or that they need to buy my book. You know, I was like, I don't want to keep this up. I don't want to keep constantly performing. I feel like a low-paid jester in the king's court, but I don't even know who the king is. At that point, I don't even think I care. So I was like, you know what? I need to set my priorities straight. I need to put my energy back I need to put my energy back into myself, my relationships, and really strengthen my foundation from within before I go out there and prance like everything is okay when it's not. So when I did that, a lot of excavation happened, like a lot of things that needed to be confronted and broken down. It needed a complete overhaul, and I'm so glad that I did it, because right now, if I were to set myself up to show myself in social media again as myself, I don't think that I would ever do what I did before. I can't explain it yet. Maybe we will just have to find out for ourselves once I completely reveal myself, you know. So yeah, that's the end of my part in the story. So let's go back to the original premise as to how monetizing content has been the best thing to ever happen to regular people, and also at the same time the worst thing. Because now, since being able to monetize, and then regular people just being able to grow their following, we are now constantly exposed to a lot of things that messed up society as a whole. Because before, it was just so easy that I'm not saying that it was the best, but it was easy for the powers that be, because they had everything polished. It was a celebrity setting the fashion, the news, and they showed somebody that was media trained. They go to interview at the red carpet, da 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 da. And now they have all these influencers that are not media trained, regular people who are not even equipped to be famous. Now that they have all this fame, they don't know how to act, and it seems like it's destroying them from within, destroying their mind, because this destroying their minds and their relationships, because whenever they show up, they don't seem like they're enjoying it, and they're grumpy, they're cranky, they're fighting against their fans. Like, I'm not laughing because they're spiraling. It's just funny to me that society, it's just funny to me that our society built, like, I don't know, decades of this system where everything is controlled by them, the narrative is controlled by them, and right now it's just all so messed up. Like, everyone has the chance to be famous, to be rich, to be the levels of other celebrities in terms of fame, dating celebrities, regular people. And I don't know, I don't think that they like that it's being mixed up like that. It's just messing up the hierarchy of it all. And then the rise of nonsensical content, it's just not as intellectual as one would hope. So now, because all the content has swung so far on that side of things, I feel like right now people are backing away from short form content, and they're backing away from content that makes no sense, that was a form of escapism for a period of time, and now they're looking for content where they can learn something, they can nurture their mind. I don't know, that's just what I think. And hopefully, as I plant these seeds of observations, I find my people and they think, oh, I really like her takes. I want to subscribe. I want to follow. One day. So I guess let's just end this here for now, because I'm about to reach 10 minutes on this video alone, and I'm gonna have trouble importing this, and I'm not gonna be on schedule with my uploads. I don't like that. So other than that, I also have to feed Miss Chunk. So I'll see you tomorrow.